Hello everyone, I am Mega Shiny Object and this is Dragon Age Origins. With the release of Dragon Age Inquisition later this year, I believe October 7th is actually the release date for PC, I want to go ahead and go through Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 to give you like a whole story to follow all the way through into Inquisition. Which I'm really excited for, by the way. I've already pre-ordered it. I have it all ready to go. It's up in my game menu, ready to download when it comes out. I'm so excited. I'm ready to go. Dragon Age is one of my favorite franchises, second only to Mass Effect, I think. Dragon Age Origins is much better than Dragon Age 2, and a lot of people will tell you Dragon Age 2 actually sucks, but I like Dragon Age 2. It's definitely not as good as Origins, that's for sure, but it is good. It's a decent game, and I enjoy it quite a bit. But yeah, so this is Dragon Age Origins. I'm going to go ahead and take you through Dragon Age Origins. I do have Awakening installed. I have most of the DLC except for, I don't think I have Liliana's Song, and I don't have... there's golems of something that I don't have. I've never played, and I Darkspawn Chronicles, I think is the name of it. I also don't have that one. So I won't be playing through those, but I do have like Warden's Keep and the Stone Prisoner, and I do have Awakening. I'll be doing Awakening. Take you through all the way the first two games and on into the third. Couple of things before we start. This is going to be a very, very long Let's Play, because this game is very long and very intensive, and it's a lot of dialogue. A lot of talking, a lot of character interactions, which is one of the things I love about the game. When I play a game, I'm much more story-driven than I am gameplay-driven. I mean, gameplay plays a big part in it, of course. It's always nice to play a game that you know that you can play without a problem. It's frustrating when you get into a game and realize I can't progress past a certain point because the gameplay sucks. But for me, story, character development, those are all first priority to me. And this series, Dragon Age, has a very good story. And so yeah, it's that's what I'll be doing, is taking you through it. This is a modded game. I do have some mods that I will be using. All of them are lore friendly, and I don't think any of them are game breaking. But if you would like, I can put some links to those. Can't speak to some of the mods that I use in the description, and I will not be using all of them. I do have almost 100 mods for this game. A lot of them are not lore friendly, and a lot of them are pretty game breaking. Like, I have high tier weapons that I can use at level 1, you know, so I won't be using those because those are game breaking and that wouldn't be fair. I'll try to roleplay as much as possible, trying to keep my gear and armor to a roleplay level. And yeah, so that's another thing here, is that I like to role-play games. I like to go in and play as a different character other than myself. I do have a character kind of planned out for this, and for Dragon Age 2 that I plan on kind of bringing you through. Unlike Mass Effect, the protagonists are different. So you play as the Warden in this one, and then the Champion in Dragon Age 2. Also, unlike Mass Effect, the Warden is not voiced, which means you will be hearing some of my crappy voice acting. Sorry. Another thing that I would like to ask is that you guys don't post spoilers in the comments section, because this is not a blind playthrough. I have played through this game many, many times, actually, and even with that, there's still some things that I'm still discovering myself. Some missions are Mass Effect. Some quests, that's more Dragon Age-y. There are still some quests that I haven't done yet. For this, like, I think that I've played through the game 3 or 4 times, and I've only discovered like 70% of the game itself. I've only completed 70% of the game according to the logs it gives you. So please, no spoilers for some of my viewers who haven't seen this and are watching this blind. Just no spoilers, please. I want to keep it kind of, you know, fresh and just keep it blind for those of you who haven't seen it. And make the story, because I want to kind of try to tell a different story here too, so make the story kind of fresh for you guys too. You know, because this game has been done quite a bit by other YouTubers, and mine's probably not going to stand out among them, but I'd like to try to make it at least a little bit different. Hopefully I will. I would also like to point out with the conclusion of that song that this game probably has the best music I have ever heard in a video game aside from the Metal Gear franchise. Metal Gear Solid 4's music is quite possibly the best I've ever heard in any video game ever. This is a close second. With that rambling nonsense done, because I'm not great at intros, sorry, I'm going to go ahead and start a new game. Dragon Age Origins. Like I said, I do have Awakening, and I will be doing that later. Come on, game. Load. Don't be surprised if you hear me just randomly humming music, by the way. I love the music in this game. And so it is the golden city, blackened with each step you take in my hall. Marvel at perfection, for it is fleeting. You have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness, and prevailed.
Excuse me.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Sometimes I wish I had a webcam so you guys could see what a giant nerd I am. I know that whole opening prologue by heart. I was like reciting everything with him. The subtitles probably helped, but the background you select will determine which of six distinct, wow, I can't speak today, 6 distinct opening stories you play through. It also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. I can speak, but I'm speaking quickly and screwing things up. Okay. So just like Mass Effect, you could play as a male or a female. I'll be playing a girl, just because my voice isn't manly enough to play a male. And if you say it is, you're horrible and I don't like you. There are 3 different races you can play: humans, elves, and dwarves. I don't usually play as dwarves. I can't really get into them. I've played through the origin stories of both the dwarven commoner and the dwarf noble, and I do like the origin stories, but I have a hard time playing as a dwarf, so I won't be playing as a dwarf. But it is interesting to note that dwarves are the only race you cannot play a mage. Because, and I think it explains, it's something to do with Delirium, where they live. You can't, they're like, not necessarily immune to it, but there's a word that I'm thinking of that I can't, word that I want to say that I can't think of. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, they are immune to magic, so they can't be mages because of the lyrium that's underground, and lyrium plays kind of a big role too. Humans, you can be a human noble if you play as a warrior or a rogue. Human noble is actually one of my favorite origin stories. Or you could play as a magi. Ooh, excuse me. And the magi have their own origin story at the circle. An elf. You can play as a warrior, a rogue, or a mage. Elves also have the magi origin because they do take elves from their families if they show signs of magic, and they bring them to the circle of magi as well. I have a mod for Dalish mage, which is actually kind of fun to have. I really enjoy playing a Dalish mage. It's really fun. But I won't be doing that in this one. For this playthrough, I think I'm going to be playing a rogue, and I'm going to be a city elf. City elf is probably my favorite origin story out of all of it. I won't make you watch my character creation, but just to give you an idea, this is why I installed some mods. Look at this hairstyle. It's just an awful hairstyle. There's like no way that I can find ever to make that hairstyle work. There's a total of 1 character in the entire franchise that makes this hairstyle work, and her name is Meryl, and she's adorable. This one's okay. It's kind of cute, actually. This one's okay. I clearly have a mod for elf ears as well. The ears are much larger than they would be normally. I think that's the name of the mod, actually, elf ears. This one's, okay, I guess. But these are why I have hair mods. It's because they're okay, but they're boring, you know? Anyway. I'm not going to make you guys watch this horrible process of me creating different characters, or different characters, my character. So I'm going to cut away. I'm going to create the gal we're going to go through the game with, and when we come back, I will introduce you to her. See you all in a second. Meet Maeve Tabris. I think that's how you pronounce that. Tabris. I pronounce it Tabris. She is a city elf. Got the cute little short hair going on. Maeve was born and raised in the Alienage at Denerim. We'll go over that a little bit more within the game itself. But basically, within the world of Dragon Age, elves are pretty well discriminated against. They are kind of a minority group. They used to be slaves at one point within the history. So they're very much discriminated against. And so Maeve, being born and raised amongst the city elves, generally has a great respect for her fellow elves. Due to her background, she lost her mother at a young age to some humans, and because of how humans tend to treat elves like her, she's very distrustful of humans most of the time. She tends to be pretty distrustful toward them. She doesn't outright hate them exactly, but she would be more willing to outright kill a human than hear him out if it came down to it. She's very much the type of person who lives with her emotions on her sleeve, very protective of those she loves, sarcastic, snarky. You'll probably hear her telling people off more than once in a sarcastic, snarky fashion. Kind of a rebel, bit of a rebel. She doesn't exactly... I mean, she respects authority. The elder of the Alienage, for example, she respects him. She respects her father, but she more than likely will try to be out to prove these people wrong when it comes to certain things. Bit of a rebel, bit snarky, yeah, very much distrustful toward humans. Not really racist, but right there on the borderline. I mean, you know, pretty close. So that's Maeve. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more about her. She's mildly religious as well. Like, she believes in the Maker. She, you know, she might go to church every now and then, but she doesn't really, you know, she hasn't really devoted herself to the idea of the Maker, but she does believe in the Maker, and Andraste and all that good stuff. Just dump that all into dexterity and cunning. I cannot speak today. I usually go, when I build my character, I usually go for this and this, because I rarely use this other stuff. I use trap making a little bit toward the end of the game. These are tactic slots, which I have a really difficult time using. I never really got used to them. I'm going to go for lock picking, and I'm actually going to play an archer. Which I can't guarantee. At the very least, this will offer some entertaining situations for you guys to watch, because I'm not exactly great at playing archers. But I wanted to give it a shot. I made it to the end of the game once as an archer, mostly playing through my rogue, my dual-wielding rogue, but still. It's not like I haven't done it before. I'm just not great at it. So we'll go ahead and play, and I play on easy because I suck at the game. So... like I said, I play more for story than gameplay, so... and hopefully once gameplay starts, I'll quit rambling so much. I'm really bad at it tonight. Know what I'm trying to say, so I say it 18 different ways. Oh, jeez. I am shedding. Look at that.
Denerim, the largest city and capital of Ferelden. Long ago, the elves lived as slaves to humans, and though they've been free for many generations now, they are far from equals. Here they live in a walled-off community known as the Alienage, working as servants and laborers when they can. Despite these hardships, Denerim's elves are a strong people who take pride in their close community. This is the only world you've ever known. Until now.
Wake up, cousin. Why are you still in bed? It's your big day.
Oh, just a little longer.
Come on, don't make me use cold water again. You do remember what today is, don't you?
Someone's wedding?
Double wedding. You're getting married, and so is Saurus. That's what I came to tell you. Your groom, Nelaros. He's here early.
Wait, so that means we do it now? I'm not ready.
Well, it's going to happen anyway, so hold your breath and jump in. There's going to be music, decorations, feasting. Weddings are so much fun. You're so lucky.
Maybe you should be the one getting married.
All in good time, cousin. This is your day, not mine. All right, I'll stop tormenting you. I should go talk to the other bridesmaids and find my dress. Oh, Soros said that he'll be waiting for you outside. So move it.
And in case you haven't noticed, my cousin there, Shiani, has that hairstyle I absolutely hate. I guess it works on her too. Thank you. Alright, I guess I should go speak to my father about this wedding, because I'm getting married, evidently.
Ah, my little girl. It's the last day I'll be able to call you that. Oh, I wish your mother could have been here.
Could we talk about this little arrangement?
Still not pleased, I can see. Of course we can talk.
Do I really have to get married?
It's time for you to have your own life. Unmarried, you're a child forever. The dowry has been paid, the chantry has issued the permit, and everything is ready. All we need is you.
You paid a dowry for my groom?
There's a lot to arranging marriages. Probably the biggest factor is deciding which spouse travels to which alienage. One side gets new blood and a new face, and the other side loses a family member. The dowry helps to even things out.
But I don't want to get married.
I understand. Before I met Adaya, I was ready to go hunt for the Dalish. Just be glad I chose the match. Without parents to represent you, children like your cousin Soros end up marrying whoever the elder can find.
Yeah, instead I have to marry who you say. Great.
What other prospects are there here? Do you want to marry someone 15 years your senior? I thought not. All right, time for you to go find Soros. The sooner this wedding starts, the less chance you two have to escape.
A small chance is still a chance.
Still have your mother's smart mouth, I see. Oh, one last thing before you go, my dear. Your martial training, the sword play, knives, and whatever else your mother trains you in, best not to mention it to your betrothed.
Ugh, I take it you didn't say anything?
Well, it's not exactly something that would have made it easy to find a match for you. We don't want to seem like troublemakers after all. Adaya made that mistake.
Mother was a clever rogue.
Yes, that she was. Take this. Your mother would have wanted you to have it. It's the very least I can give you as you start your new life. Go on then. I still have some things to do, and Soros is no doubt waiting for you.
So there you have it. My father here, Syrian, has set me up with a man from another alienage for an arranged marriage, because evidently our tradition, there's Boots there, our tradition says that we are not fully adult and ready to move on with our lives unless we have a significant other to do so with. So, Adaya, in case you couldn't figure it out, is my mama. She's the one I mentioned earlier who, let's get rid of that, was killed by humans when I was younger. And Maeve was very close with her mother, not so much with her father. She loves her father. Probably doesn't tell him that enough, but she loves her father, but she just wasn't as close with him as she was with her mother. And so she is very, very bitter toward humans. And a little bit bitter toward her father. I think, now that I'm talking about it, I think a little part of her thinks that he should have protected her. Or kept her from going out that day or something. I think that there's a bit of her that's a little bitter. One thing you'll notice about Maeve is that she has some anger issues. And she's a bit of a manipulative bitch. For example, these men here.
I didn't love her, but I think she loved me. I brought her diamonds, rubies, silver, and gold. But all she wanted was to be safe from the cold. She begged me to catch her, convinced me I should. I promised her a house, all gray stone and wood. We made love in the sea. We made love on the shore. I was just there for playing, but she wanted more. But there's one small problem, you see. I can't grant her wish. My wife gets suspicious when I come home smelling like fish.
Ooh, look at Denham in the background. That's pretty. These people, for example, they're clearly drunk. So she's gonna take advantage of that.
Sight for sore eyes.
Just doing the rounds, collecting wedding presents.
Oh, we thought that.
We thought cash would be better. Spend's easier.
Right. Yeah, we gathered up 30 bits. That's a pretty good wedding present for anyone.
That it is.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than a present, yes?
Well, 40 bits is a bit more traditional.
Oh, you're right. Don't mind us. We're a bit tipsy.
I can tell.
Here's 10 bits to top it off.
Now you go celebrate your big day and we'll do the same. Big day. Lots of celebrating.
Oh, yes. Hey, if I have to get married, I may as well go into this with a bit of money, right? So there's that. There's... Jeez, I walk slow. Excuse me. Holy shit.
I still don't see it. Whenever I look, I just see the mother.
The mother was far more delicate.
It's the same sort of nose, you must admit that. The breeding shows.
Well, there you go again with breeding. We're not horses, you know.
Of course not, but bloodlines are important, that's all I'm saying.
I think the whole notion is ridiculous.
Well, you've got the freedom to think so. You come from good stock.
I think he's talking about me.
Well, it's the lucky bride herself. Hello, dear.
Hi.
Oh, now, love, she probably doesn't remember us.
Oh, of course. I'm Dilwyn, and this is Gethon. We were friends of your mother's. We haven't seen much of you since... well...
Father never mentioned you.
No, he wouldn't, I suppose.
Adia was beautiful, and full of life, and a bit wild.
She wanted you more than anything. It's sad she never got to see you all grown up.
We just wanted to see you today and express our good wishes.
Well, any friend of Mother's is a friend of mine.
It means the world to us to see you happy.
We've saved a bit of money for this day. We'd like you to have it. To help start your new life.
So now this is a bit different because they're not drunk and causing a ruckus, so it's you know, different. I can't accept this.
Please, we want you to have it.
Very well, for you.
Make her bless you.
I see Shiani's celebrating already.
Good luck with the ball and chain.
Oh, thanks.
There'd better be dancing. It's not a real wedding without dancing.
Oh, 100% agreed.
You should thank the maker for your good fortune.
I don't see the rug. We didn't leave it, did we?
Many blessings, young one. We hope to stay for the celebration, but we must be off.
Where are you going?
The Ostergar ruins. The army camp there is calling for laborers. We wanted to look for work in High Ever.
But that's just not possible.
Why not?
Moving to a different alienage isn't easy. Travel and bribes cost money. Humans are a suspicious lot. I've heard the ones in High Ever are worse than here.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You're still a child. You can't do anything. Enjoy your special day and put us out of your mind.
What my husband means is, you're very generous, but we don't need charity to solve our problems.
Hi, creeper elf in the background. I understand. Good luck to you.
Many thanks. Again, blessings on your day.
Another creeper elf. What are you stopping and standing, staring
Can I
for?
talk to you a moment?
Of course.
I apologize for my parents. They're too proud to accept help, much less ask for it.
Fly?
My parents will labor in the
Freaking
army camp,
fly.
and they'll expect me to do the same, but I don't like the idea of being surrounded by human soldiers who haven't seen a woman in months.
Maybe you should stay here.
I would, but my father would have to believe I have a future here.
Would some money help?
Of course, but I can't imagine anyone here has much to spare. We'd need another 3 silvers to make it to High Ever. And if we got another 10 silvers, we could rent a house here. Maybe one large enough to start a business. But that's just dream
I am
talk.
gassy, evidently.
Nobody has that much money, and if they did, why would they give it to us?
Here's 10 silvers. Take it. Stay here where you belong.
Where did you get this much money? Never mind. I'm sure not talking you out of this. Thank you. Thank you so much. You saved my family. I love you. Now I just have to handle the parents.
Aw, she's sweet. This frickin' fly! Oh my god, get away from me! Shit! It's like flies in my bathroom, and they've gone into my bedroom. Oh, that's nice, Maeve. Running a pretty little circle. And now I have one that's just attacking my computer screen and pissing me off. First, let's go get this. And then let's go talk to Alarith.
What are you doing here? You should be getting ready for your wedding.
Hey, let me enjoy my last moments of freedom.
What are you wasting those moments in here for? Shoo!
I want to go shopping. I have money. I have 5 silver, but I have money. You don't want my money? I'd just like to point out that this is kind of an ugly-ass wedding dress. Not a fan. Big-ass rat. Did you see the size of that thing? That was a big rat. I might craft health poultices from now and then, too. Hi! No, that's not what I wanted. I want to click on this little brat.
I'm King Merrick.
Huh?
Wham, you're dead.
No fair. She stopped me.
What were you two playing?
Heroes and humans. She made it up.
We each choose someone from the Elder Stories and do furious battles. I always win.
That's 'cause you cheat.
Of course she does. Why humans? Why not play as elves?
Do you know any stories about elven heroes?
Sure, I know a story.
You do?
Why are you still staring at her, weirdo? Yes, it's about Tathis, the sneaky elven bandit.
Did Tathis steal from the humans?
She stole from 7 human kings and built a sky palace. May as well go.
Tathis ever get caught?
May as well go overboard with this, right? Yes, when the people were in need, she turned herself in.
Hooray! I'm gonna be Tathis.
No, me.
I'm Tathis. I'll steal all your money for my family.
You can't. I'm a giant dragon, and I ate my gold.
That sounds painful. Fucking fly! Seriously. I need a fly swatter. Except then I'd be smacking my computer, and I don't think it would survive that. Hello.
Hello there. Congratulations on the big day. Have you seen Saurus?
I'm actually looking for him myself.
Well, if you see him, ask him to come by and say hello, will you?
Will do. Theodore. See? Look at that rat. Look at that fucking rat. That is a big-ass rat. As big as the dog that I saw walking around earlier. And here's my cousin. Hello, Saurus.
Well, if it isn't my lucky cousin. Care to celebrate the end of our independence together?
Is running away still an option?
Are you insane? Where would you go? Into the woods to live with the Dalish elves?
I'm just not thrilled at the idea of being married.
You're not thrilled? Apparently your groom's a dream come true. My bride sounds like a dying mouse.
Maybe you'll get a cage for a wedding present.
It's terrible.
Funny.
Let's go introduce you to your dreamy betrothed before you say I do.
Now we have our first party member.
Alms? Ma'am, spare a coin for a man who was ruined trying to help his family.
Tell me your story.
I worked on the docks, living day to day, never knowing if my family would go hungry. The humans always left us the dangerous work, in the high beams of the warehouses or in the water. I was rigged up, cleaning the side of a ship, when it drifted against another and my legs were crushed between.
Ow. You didn't receive healing?
Magical healing? On an elf? Huh. The human foreman had me hauled out and dumped in an alley. My sons didn't find me until day's end. So now I live on the charity of those who don't even have enough for themselves.
I wish I could give him more than this. Here you go.
May the Maker's eyes look down with love on your day.
See, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about when I say that Maeve doesn't like humans much. It's that sort of shit. Like, this guy, I assume he was a decent worker because he had a job, you know, and not all elves have jobs, so I assume he was a decent worker. And the minute that he, like, hurts himself, the human foreman is like, fuck you, buddy, and just dumps him out on the street to die. Like, how do you do that to another living being? It doesn't make sense to me. And so, you know, to Maeve, that's the thing that humans do all the time. Very rarely, and she understands that they do exist, but you very rarely come across sympathetic humans. None that she's ever met anyway. She's still holding out hope for one day when she will actually meet a human being that she actually likes. We're not going to talk to this bitch. She's mean. But we can go talk to Theodore and tell him that we found
There's the man
Soris.
of the hour. How are you, Soris? I'm well. This is my cousin, the bride. The other bride, not my bride. We've met on occasion. Blessings on the day, both of you.
Poor Soris isn't feeling very blessed.
True enough. Still better to be married and have a real life than to remain a child.
Jeez.
There's something you should know, Soris. My brothers won't be coming. They left to find the Dalish, you see.
Fly! Holy shit! God damn, things are trying to fly in my nose. The Dalish elves. Really?
They're elves who supposedly live free wandering the forests. I don't think they really exist, though.
Well, my brothers certainly believe they do. Even Alarith swears that Dalish elves saved him on his way to Denerim. Nonsense.
Fucking fly! Alarith, the shopkeeper?
Indeed. He told my brothers that when he was fleeing his homeland, he found the Dalish. Or they found him. I don't really remember.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. They were probably just taken in by another old story. Theodore, it was great seeing you. I'm sure your brothers will show up in a few days, embarrassed and hungry.
I hope so. I should go. Best wishes to you both.
Alright, two things about that conversation. One, evidently the city elves do not believe the Dalish elves exist. They're like a myth, you know, to these guys. Hello, Creeper, how are you? Clans of free elves just wandering around without human intervention. It's like urban legend, you know, like Slender Man or something. Also, I understand it's their tradition, but the notion of not being an adult until you're married has always kind of baffled me. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because I am personally 26 years old and I'm still single and don't have any children, that it just throws me off a bit when people say that. It makes me feel bad about myself as a person. Can I talk to him? I don't think I've ever talked. I can! Somewhat. It's just surprising, you know?
1 minute, it's a simple ceremony. The next, it's a double wedding spectacle. Well, let's get this over with.
He has pretty eyes. Okay. And up here in a minute, you're about to meet some of the main reasons that Maeve doesn't like humans.
Let go of me! Stop, please!
It's a party, isn't it? Grab a whore and have a good time. Savor the hunt, boys. Take this little elven wench here. So young and vulnerable.
Touch me and I'll gut you, you pig.
Please, my lord. We're celebrating weddings here.
Silence, worm.
This guy pisses me off.
You're thinking, but maybe we shouldn't get involved.
I won't let these humans abuse us.
Fine, but let's try to be diplomatic, shall we?
What's Another lovely one come to keep me company.
Yeah, dream on, human.
Ha! Do you have any idea who I am?
Boom, bitch!
Are you insane? This is Barn Orien, the Earl of Denerim's son.
What? Oh, Maker.
Well, maybe his father should have taught him better manners.
You've a lot of nerve, knife ears. This'll go badly for you.
That's not a nice word. Don't call me that.
Oh, I really messed up this time.
It'll be all right. He won't tell anyone an elven woman took him down.
I hope so. I should get cleaned up.
Is everybody else all right?
I think we're just shaken. What was that about?
Looks like the Jarl's son started drinking too early. Well, let's not let this ruin the day. This is Valora, my betrothed.
That means this man must be my betrothed.
A pleasure. Soris said much of you. Some of it was even positive.
Hey, I just wanted to give you a sporting chance to run. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to discuss.
Well, here we are. Are you nervous?
Sort of nauseated, actually.
I thought I'd stay calm, but now we've met. Let's just say, I'm not calm.
Look, I'm just really not interested in this whole thing.
Are you saying you don't want to marry me?
Not if I can help it.
I see. Well, I hope in time you can learn to...
Come on, cousin. We should let them get ready.
We'll see you two in a bit. Don't disappear on us.
It'll be fine. You'll see.
I feel so bad about that, but she really just doesn't want to marry this guy.
Another problem.
What do you mean?
Another human just walked in. Could be one of Vaughn's or just a random troublemaker. Either way, we need to move him along before someone does something stupid.
Let's just kill him.
You really scare me sometimes. You know that?
Soris, I'm joking.
Good. Let's just get him out of here.
Agreed. Now we need to go talk to this Duncan guy, who is heavily armed in an alienage, and he's human, so this should go well.
Good day. I understand congratulations are in order for your impending wedding.
Fucking fly! Oh my god. You're not wanted here. This is a private ceremony.
That may be, but I'll point out it is being held in public. I apologize if my presence has caused a stir.
Apology not accepted. Leave or else.
Are you threatening me?
That's not what my friend meant to say. It just might be easier for everyone if you moved along.
Don't speak for me, Soris.
Thank you, Soris, but I want to hear what she has to say.
This is no place for you, human. Go.
I'm sorry, but I have no intention of leaving.
I will ask once more politely. Please, leave.
And I refuse yet again. Now what?
I am not backing down. This is no place for you.
Surely it does not escape your notice that I am both armed and armored. Any fight between us would be rather one-sided.
It has not escaped her notice. That's why she's being so weird. And you intend on using that weapon?
Not unless I'm left without a choice.
Well, you're not staying. Armed or not.
Try not to die. I'll run for help.
Thank you, Soris.
I'm here to fight you. Still, I find such bravery most impressive. Do you not agree, Valandrian?
I would say the world has far more use of those who know how to stay their blades. It is good to see you again, my old friend. It's been far too long.
Oh, do you know this human elder?
May I present Duncan, head of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden.
He's still a human. He shouldn't be here.
The Grey Wardens are deserving of respect, no matter who wears their crest. But my question remains unanswered. Why are you here, Duncan?
The worst has happened. A blight has begun. King Kalen summons the Grey Wardens to Ostagar to fight the Darkspawn horde alongside his armies.
Yes, I had heard the news. Still, this is an awkward time. There is to be a wedding. Two, in fact.
So I see. By all means, attend to your ceremonies. My concerns can wait for now.
Very well. Children, treat Duncan as my guest. And for the Maker's sake, take your places.
Please, do not let me interrupt further. We shall speak more later.
So, usually she wouldn't have reacted like that, but he was a heavily armed and armored guy, human, walking into the alienage after so many other humans had walked in and just threatened her cousin and friends, and bridesmaids. All of those girls were her bridesmaids. And so when he walks in, carrying all these weapons, dressed in this armor, which is a mod, by the way, obviously, Duncan is wearing Grey Warden armor, he walks in all dressed up in chainmail and shit, and with a sword and admittedly really cool looking sword and dagger. She was put off. Yes, she was well, let's just say she was terrified, and that's why she reacted that way. Stupid on her part, because she has no weapon, clearly, but that's just the way that Maeve is. Excuse me. This is where I think I will leave this episode for now, and when we come back, we will go ahead and walk over here to our wedding. Like I said before, this will be a pretty long Let's Play. I don't intend on finishing the first two before the third one comes out. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen. Between, my, real life things, and I need, all these different things going on, getting this game to even run with fraps. Evidently, BioWare games don't like fraps, but it's been a hassle. I hopefully figured it out. Pretty excited. If it does work, I cannot wait to get this Let's Play going. This has been one that I've been wanting to do since I started this channel, so I decided since the third one's coming out later this year, and since Mass Effect isn't working, that if I could get this one working, which seems to be working okay so far, if I could get this one working, then I would go ahead and do this one, and get back to Mass Effect when I figure out how to fix that little issue. What are you looking at, Maeve? Hi, sweetheart. So yes, hopefully I can get this working. If you see it on YouTube, obviously it worked. This is going to be the start of a pretty long and epic journey, though, with Maeve Tabris, City Elf Archer. I appreciate all of you watching, and I will see you in the very next episode of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Ciao.